There was a time, not too long ago, when I believed I had mastered the game of money. I had the credentials, the background, and the technical understanding. I could run the numbers, calculate interest rates in my head, and explain complex economic theories. But there is a profound difference, a massive canyon, really, between being financially educated and being financially literate. Education is what you know in your head. Literacy is how you live your life. I realized that knowing the definitions didn't matter if my daily actions didn't reflect that wisdom. The truth is, the habits that transform a life from one of stress to one of abundance are rarely complex. They are not secrets hidden behind expensive degrees or exclusive doors. They are simple, small, consistent shifts that compound over time, like a snowball rolling down a mountain, gaining size and speed until it becomes an unstoppable force. We are standing on the precipice of a new chapter, a new year, and a new opportunity to rewrite our stories. This is about practical, actionable changes that do not require you to be a genius, but simply require you to be present and intentional. Let's walk through the habits that can build an unshakable foundation for your future. The first step, and perhaps the most transformative realization you can have, is the absolute necessity of matching your money with your priorities. This sounds incredibly simple, but in practice, it is where most of us lose our way. For years, there was a disconnect in my life. I was spending hard-earned resources on things that meant absolutely nothing to my soul. I bought clothes because I thought they were what a successful person should wear. I said yes to expensive dinners, not because I craved the connection, but because I feared missing out. I filled my space with items that brought a fleeting moment of dopamine, but no lasting joy. This is the trap of living someone else's life. Your money is a tool, a form of stored energy that represents the hours of your life you have traded. Therefore, how you spend it should be a direct reflection of what you value most in this world. It shouldn't be about what society tells you to want, or what your neighbors have, or what the algorithms suggest you need. It must be about you. I challenge you to stop and perform a deep audit of your soul. Write down the 5 pillars of your life that truly matter. Is it the health of your body, the depth of your relationships, the expansion of your mind through learning, the freedom to travel, or perhaps the security of a future where you don't have to work? Once you have those pillars defined, look at where your resources are actually flowing. When I did this, I found a massive gap. My spending was chaotic, fueled by impulse and expectation, while my true values were being starved. The moment I flipped the script, everything changed. I started directing my capital toward my health, toward books, toward experiences with the people I love, and toward investments that bought my freedom. Paradoxically, even though I was spending the same amount, I suddenly felt richer. I felt aligned. When your spending mirrors your values, the guilt vanishes, replaced by a profound sense of purpose. Close the gap between what you say matters and where your money goes. That is where true literacy begins. Moving deeper into this journey, we must cultivate a relationship with our finances. This brings us to the habit of the monthly money date. We often treat money as a source of stress, something to be ignored until it becomes a problem. We avoid looking at our bank accounts because we are afraid of what we might see. But you cannot improve what you do not measure, and you cannot heal a relationship you are ignoring. This habit changed everything for me. It is the practice of blocking out a sacred time, just once a month, to sit down with your finances. No distractions, no phone scrolling, no television in the background, just you and your reality. This isn't a time for judgment or self-criticism. It is a time for awareness. During this monthly ritual, you do 3 things. First, you look back. You review the last 30 days with open eyes. Where did the energy go? What patterns are emerging? Did you spend out of emotion or out of intention? Second, you check your trajectory. Are you moving closer to your goals, or are you drifting? And third, and most importantly, you set a single, clear focus for the month ahead. We often fail because we try to change everything at once. We want to save, invest, pay off debt, and budget perfectly all in one week. It's too much. The brain gets overwhelmed, and we retreat to old habits. Instead, pick one achievable target. Maybe this month is about cutting one specific unnecessary expense. Maybe it's about increasing your savings rate by just 1%. When you narrow your focus to a single point, you become like a laser, powerful and effective. This monthly date turns the scary monster of finance into a manageable, even enjoyable, part of your self-care routine. As we continue to build this fortress of financial peace, we must address the frailty of human willpower. We like to think we are disciplined, but the truth is, willpower is a finite resource. If you rely on remembering to save, or remembering to pay bills, or remembering to invest, you are setting yourself up for failure. Life gets in the way. We get tired, we get busy, we get distracted. The solution is to automate the basics. This is about building a machine that works for you, even when you are sleeping, even when you are on vacation, even when you simply don't feel like managing anything. You want to set up a system where your fixed expenses and your savings leave your main account automatically the moment you get paid. Think of it as paying yourself first, before the world has a chance to grab at your resources. Automate your bills, automate your subscriptions, automate the transfer to your future self. Before I did this, I would reach the end of the month with the best intentions, only to find there was nothing left to save. The money had trickled away on invisible nonsense. By automating, you remove the decision entirely. You make the smart choice once, setting up the system, and then you reap the benefits forever. It frees up your mental bandwidth. You are no longer carrying the cognitive load of wondering if you paid that bill or transferred that money. It is done. The relief that comes from knowing your financial life is running on autopilot is indescribable. It allows you to focus your mental energy on creativity, on growth, and on living. Start small if you must, but start. Let the machines handle the discipline so you can handle the living. Now, we must speak about the engine of wealth itself, investing, and specifically, the power of starting early. There is a magic in the universe called compound growth, and its best friend is time. Many people wait. They wait until they earn more, until they know more, until the market looks perfect. But waiting is the most expensive mistake you can make. The habit here is to start investing with whatever you have, right now. It is not about the amount. It is about the habit and the horizon. You do not need to be wealthy to invest. You need to invest to become wealthy. The earlier you plant the seed, the deeper the roots can grow and the wider the branches can spread. This isn't about chasing quick wins or gambling on the latest trend. It is about steady, boring, consistent growth. It is about betting on the long-term ingenuity of the human race and the economy. When you invest in broad, diversified ways, you are essentially owning a tiny piece of the global economy's future. There is a calmness in this approach. You don't have to watch the news every day. You don't have to panic when things dip. You just keep contributing, month after month, year after year. It creates a profound sense of security knowing that you are building a safety net that is growing on its own. If you are new to this, do not let the jargon intimidate you. The concepts are learnable. The path is trodden. The most important step is simply the first one. By starting today, you are giving your money the longest possible runway to take flight. However, all the knowledge in the world is useless without action. This brings us to the habit of immediate implementation. We live in an era of information overload. We consume podcasts, we watch videos, we read articles, we nod our heads and feel productive because we are learning. But there is a trap here. Passive consumption feels like work, but it changes nothing. Real literacy comes from doing. The habit you must cultivate is this. Whenever you learn a new financial concept, take one small action on it that very same day. If you read about a high-yield savings account, open it that day. If you learn about a budgeting method, set up the spreadsheet that evening. If you hear about an investment strategy, spend 20 minutes researching it immediately. Don't let the sun go down on your intention. Most people are professional students, but amateur practitioners. They have the knowledge, but not the results. Be the person who closes the gap between information and execution. It doesn't have to be a massive overhaul. It can be a phone call, a click, a conversation. These small actions, taken consistently, separate the dreamers from the achievers. You are building your financial life one brick at a time. Do not just collect blueprints. Start laying the bricks. Another barrier we must break down is the silence. We have been conditioned to believe that money is a taboo subject. We are told it is rude to ask, awkward to share, and private to the point of secrecy. This silence keeps us poor. It keeps us isolated in our struggles and ignorant of our opportunities. The habit to build is to stop hiding away from speaking about money. The statistics are staggering. So many of us suffer in silence, unsure if we are doing the right thing, terrified we are falling behind. But when we open up, we realize we are not alone. I had to push past the awkwardness, but the reward was immense. I started having genuine, vulnerable conversations with friends and family, not to brag, not to compare, but to learn. How are you handling your savings? What are you reading? How do you negotiate your salary? When you approach these conversations with humility and curiosity, you unlock a collective wisdom. You learn from the mistakes of others so you don't have to repeat them. You gain courage from their successes. You normalize the pursuit of financial freedom. The more you talk about it, the less power the fear has over you. Money becomes just another tool we discuss, like health or fitness. Break the taboo. Start the conversation. You will be surprised at how hungry the people around you are for the same transparency. At the core of all these habits lies a fundamental shift in mindset. Reframing your mind for long-term gratification. We live in a world designed to distract us. Everything is instant. Fast food, fast delivery, fast entertainment. Our brains are rewired for immediate dopamine. But wealth, real, lasting, generational wealth, is slow. It is the antithesis of modern culture. It requires you to say no to something good today, so you can say yes to something great tomorrow. This is difficult. It feels like a sacrifice. It feels like you are depriving yourself. But here is the mental switch. Instead of seeing saving as a sacrifice, view it as a gift to your future self. Visualize that person. See yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. What does that version of you need? What kind of life do you want them to wake up to? Every dollar you do not spend on impulse today is a dollar you are sending to that future person to buy them freedom, security, and peace. When I started seeing my savings as a transfer to a person I love, my future self, it stopped feeling like pain and started feeling like power. It became an act of self-love. Long-term gratification is not about suffering. It is about having the maturity to recognize that your future is just as real as your present, and it deserves your protection. Finally, we arrive at the investment that offers the highest return of all: investing in your own skills. Markets can crash, economies can falter, currencies can inflate, but your ability to create value, that is yours. It cannot be taxed, it cannot be stolen, and it cannot be lost. For a long time, I hesitated to spend money on learning. I thought I could just figure it all out for free. But I realized that paying for knowledge is buying speed. It is buying the condensed experience of someone else, so you don't have to struggle for years. Whether it is a book, a course, a workshop, or hiring a mentor, spending money to upgrade your mind is the ultimate hack. If you spend a few $100s on a skill that allows you to earn thousands more over your lifetime, the return on investment is infinite. It's not an expense, it's an accelerator. But be intentional. Don't just buy courses to feel productive. Buy them to solve a specific problem. Buy them to open a specific door. Ask yourself, how will this skill change my trajectory? If you can answer that, spend the money without hesitation. Your human capital, your ability to think, create, and solve problems is the golden goose. Feed it, nurture it. It is the only asset that appreciates indefinitely. As we stand here, looking toward the horizon of 2026 and beyond, I want you to know that financial literacy is not a destination. It is a journey of becoming. It is about waking up and deciding that you are the architect of your own life. It is about realizing that you have the power to change your reality, one small habit at a time. It isn't as hard as the world makes it seem. It requires courage, yes. It requires patience, absolutely. But it does not require magic. If you are watching this and feeling that stir in your chest, that quiet voice telling you that there is more for you, listen to it. That voice is your potential waiting to be unleashed. Do not let another year slip by in the fog of autopilot. Align your money with your dreams. Make the hard choices today, so you can live an easy life tomorrow. Do the work, set the systems, have the conversations, invest in yourself. You are capable of building a life of outrageous freedom and abundance. The path is open. The steps are clear. The only question remaining is, Are you ready to walk it? Thank you for being part of this journey. Here is to a year of clarity, purpose, and prosperity. Let's make it count. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I really hope you found it helpful and learned something valuable that can make a difference in your life and career. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any future videos like this. I share powerful lessons, practical tips, and real-life strategies to help you grow personally and professionally. So stay connected, keep learning, and keep moving forward. See you in the next video, and remember, every small step you take today brings you closer to your bigger goals tomorrow.